June the 2nd, 2022. Guys, we got a pretty powerful storm developing. And what you're looking at, current images over the Gulf of Mexico in the infrared, is that this is not the center of circulation here. The center of circulation is just off of the Yucatan where you see this smaller red dot. These are storms building up on the outer band. There's a lot of heat in the northwestern Caribbean, and we have a lot of heat in the Gulf of Mexico. Another thing, again, remember the storm is here, and it is about to track north. That means the further north this goes, before it gets caught up in these west to east wind shear, the further north in Florida, it will go the further north up the peninsula. But one thing that we're noticing here is that the wind shear is starting to die down. See that? It's not over a lot of the area. All of your lower level motion is the opposite direction. But this wind shear is kind of getting eat up in some of this weather. Again, it's showing that it's right off the tip. And this is a 2-day forecast. Tropical Cyclone 1. As of 4 p.m. CDT today, the maximum sustained winds were 30 knots, or 35 miles an hour. Central pressure, 1,003 millibars. This thing is wound up pretty tight. Looks like it's going to be one of the stronger early storms we have. And I'll show you the chart that came out before I finished this, but after I started as far as the tropical storm watches along the Florida coast. Let's look at the Navy model. And moving north and then moving across a little more north instead of just the Keys up to Lake Okeechobee. It's more like the center of Florida. Check that. See right there. And that is on June the 5th. But guys, this is going to start coming to ashore on the 4th. We'll look at the timing there. That's June the 5th that you're fully involved across the peninsula. And again, we don't know the strength, but there are tropical storm watches going up as we speak. Again, June the 6th, June the 4th, it's offshore. And then through the into the 5th, that's when you're going to start seeing the impacts. All you got to do is look at your local radar starting tomorrow and keep an eye on this thing. Looks like it strengthens out into the Atlantic. We may see a Cat 1. But I'm not going to disregard the fact that as strong as this storm is looking now in the northwestern Caribbean and pulling into the Gulf, that we may have a very strong tropical storm, if not approaching a Cat 1. Weather has been very strange, been very hot and dry. The storms have been very severe. This is the Canadian model. Basically now, they are crossing that same central Florida path right there. No longer just a South Florida up to the central area again. This just came out. Tropical storm watches. Notice the S right there, 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, 1 a.m. Saturday, and coming ashore as far as the center of circulation at 1 p.m. Saturday, guys. See that? Tropical storm. That's what the S means. The D is depression. Now, what we're going to have to do is watch because the Gulf water is in the 80 degrees, very warm, and it's coming out of warm waters again in the northwestern Caribbean. So this is what we're looking at, anywhere from the Keys down further south. And this goes really, guys, look at this. The cone northern track at this point is up in the Tampa Bay area. What we'll be watching for is how far this storm tracks north before it curves into the Florida peninsula. We'll be watching it, guys, and remember, this track more than likely will change. And it's not just me watching that wind shear die down from left to right. The NOAA is also watching that, guys. But again, 1 p.m. Saturday, landfall, that's just the center of circulation. So that's telling you about when you wake up Saturday morning, you're going to be getting involved, if not sooner, with the outer band storms, possible power outages, high winds, low-level flooding. If I still had my boat in Perdido Key, remember our sailboat got took out in Hurricane Michael, then I would be down there now and either pulling it up, getting it on the crane, pulling it up and setting it up higher, or securing all the extra lines. If you got something you can pull out with a trailer, go ahead and get it out if you want to keep it. You never know about these things, guys. And notice Lake Okeechobee and the Florida East Coast on the Atlantic side. All of this is going to be affected. The winds are going to change. As it comes ashore, they'll be coming from the west to the east and curving north, and that's going to change as it goes across this peninsula. But guys, we're still far enough out to where this thing could go north or east. Right now, the changing in the track is to the north. So you guys up in Panama City, keep an eye on this thing. It's a heads up. Be safe.